Welcome to hole number 1 of the St. Patrick's Day tournament. This par 4, I start off with an extra mile and a marlin. Now, given the low amount of wind here, I'm actually using 4 bars of topspin and a little bit of side spin there, about 1 bar of left spin. You could just play straight here with no side spin, depending on the wind, but the idea for me is that I didn't want to get too close to the rough up on the right, so try to get that perfect ball. We're going to bounce from this first fairway all the way down to the second. So nicely through the shadow here. And as you can see, we still do come a little bit close to the right-hand side. So just be careful with that. 323 yards is looking just fine. So second shot then, 10% medium distance will be the adjustment. And I'm going to do a little bit of a rough bump here with a long iron. You can play a Goliath. I've got the backbone. I am giving it about 1.5 bars of topspin. And we're going to see where the top of that yellow ring is touching on that dark rough line, or just about is the idea. And that green ring is actually right down on that rocky shore. Now, those rocks do look like they might give you a big heavy rock bounce, but they do act, in fact, just like regular rough. So hit perfect, get that ball guide to the pin, and this should give you a great chance for a drop to start this tournament. Let's go, baby. We'll see you on number 2. Hole number 2, this par 3, it's deceptively difficult. I've got a katana here. I'm going to give it 3 bars of topspin and 2 bars of right spin. This green does slope very harshly from the right to the left, so stay away from the left side of this one. Now, see where that third bounce is? That's very important. That's right there on the fringe, especially with lower level Goliath. You're not going to have a lot of ball guide to work with, but there are indicators that you can follow to set yourself up. 20% mid, which means I'm going to pull 1.2 rings here on this shot. And because of the wind and the way there's a big hill on the right-hand side of this hole, or a bit of a mountain cliff or something, I push up there into the arrows. So be aware of that. Try to get this nice clean lineup, and you're going to see that beautiful weight and trajectory of this ball as it approaches the cup. We do miss just slightly, but as you can see, it's going to give you something really nice to work with. Hole number 3, I'd say this is a long par 5. A little bit of a more conservative path here. I should probably pick a Titan, but I'm cheap. I'm going with the Marlin. You can do the same, but the second shot would definitely be much easier with a more powerful ball. Extra mile bag here with the big dog, because like I said, we got to reach. So I give it max top, max right with current modern day spin values. That's 1 bar of right spin. And you'll see the curl adding as much as we've got. And because of this slight headwind, I do give a bit of a slight overpower. Just check it out. Do the practice, okay? Make sure you're comfortable with these shots before you commit to them. The practice mode really is quite helpful. Now, nice little bit of curl gets us up to the end of the fairway. More power, it's going to make it much easier on the second shot. But I want you to see that you can still get the eagle, even if you don't have the biggest setup. So, yeah, big dog 5 here. And I'm going to bounce it before this bunker. Max top. Max left, once again, that's going to be 1 bar of left spin. But really, if you've got a Titan here, or hey, whatever else you can afford to use, it will certainly give you more reach. And if you're further on the first drive and further up on the second, you won't have to be so short. You know, it's not going to be that bad. Now, I've got that left curl. You're going to see we are still going to be on the green in 2 here, but it's a bit more challenging to come in this way. So use what you've got, get into the green. This is no gimme by any means. We'll see you once again with an aggressive play. Yeah, you can make this one. I know I can too. Okay, so hole number 3 with a bit of an aggressive path. It starts off quite straightforward. Quite literally, we're going to go straight forward. Quarterback here, or whatever driver you like. 3 bars of topspin. We just get this one to the end of this fairway without going over. Now, I have it worked out with the level of quarterback that I have here in this example, the amount of wind that we're getting, that I need to use a bit of overpower here. However, that doesn't mean that you should just go and overpower this and go crazy if you've got more wind, or especially if you've got a higher level quarterback. It's all going to be so very wind dependent. And because of that, I need you to practice this shot, okay? It's not quite as straightforward as the conservative route. So it's the kind of thing that we need to just kind of get just right. And especially the level of your big dog for the second shot is going to matter. On this account, I do have a fairly decent level right, so we're getting a good bit of stretch. So 2 bars of right spin, about 1.2 bars of top spin. And I'm lining it up with that yellow circle right in the nook and cranny here of this small fairway patch. And also looking at the tip of that ball guide, I want to have it aiming right at the hole. I'm a little tiny bit to the left here, nothing too crazy, which is why we actually do use a little bit of curl here, but you need to be confident in this negative 10% maximum distance adjustment that you can hit perfect, because any little deviation from excellence here, that tiny little bit of inside the circle right curl, And of course, we hit a great, but the great left is a bit safe because it keeps us in the pad there. We do get the roll up, and as you can see, this one comes in oh so nicely. Whew, we'll see on number 4. Hole 4, this par 3, it's got a nice headwind coming in here. This is a bit of a difficult way to play this one, so I'm going to show you how I did this, and then I'm going to show you a really beautiful shot on the second example. This one, just about 1.2 bars of topspin here, and I do have this yellow ring set up very, very close to the rough. If I could take things back and do them again, I would set this one back a little further and just give it a tiny bit more topspin. It's still a tough wind to play in, and I don't want us to have to play like this in the tournament, but it can be done. And I think when you got a drop on a hole, it gives you something you can really learn from. Always, using a navigator in this play to have a little bit more wind resistance or whatever the case may be, but bounce it up a bar or two of topspin depending, and we'll get it in the hole. All right, so once again, hole number 4, you got the Kingmaker. You're thinking, what the heck, man? 3 left, about 3.5 top, and check out this rough bump. You want to center up your green ring on either edge of the rough here and get that ball guide just kind of, it looks like it's slightly left of the pin, but it kind of curves in just at the end. So you really want to take a careful look at that. 45% minimum distance in this wind. And again, when you're using that Kingmaker, you're going to bring that wind down quite a bit. I don't love that I have to pull down into the bunker here, but the way we calculated this shot, we didn't need to push up the ball or anything like that. You'll see here, we're going to hit the target beautifully right in the middle, rolls in oh so nice. Boy, this one looks good on camera. We'll see you on number 5. Hole number 5, this is a par 4. I'm going to show you a very straightforward to play. Straightforward way to play, and I'm not editing that out. 2 top and about half a bar of right spin here. I'm actually going to bounce it over this bunker on the right, and I said, no, max top, max right, okay? Because there is a little bit of a run out there, a lot of space to work with, especially when you're bouncing from back here. With a higher level club, yeah, you can play it right up top and just give it some backspin. It all depends what you got to work with, and I do like showing these sort of lower club examples. It gives it a way that everybody can play, and I really think that brings more fun for all. So just quick and easy, bounce it up, 10% max adjustment there, and it leaves us a perfect clean view of the pin. And that pin is actually reachable here with the short iron. Now, I'm going to look at it, move it around a little bit, and realize I'm right at max distance, which is nice. That wind means, okay, we can make a clean adjustment. And if you look at it, I'm like, man, I don't even need any spin. No, we're good. I play 0 spin, get it right to the pin. And when I look at it here again, I am, I guess, slightly offset to the right of the pin there. I don't know that that was entirely necessary, but you're going to see in the end result that, yes, it was. So like any of these shots, I'm trying to show you the basic path, the basic route, give you a way that you can play it, and you're going to have to tweak it to your style. If you're getting value from this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to Erelic Gaming for more Golf Clash tournament content. Hole number 6, this par 5, it's kind of like I would call an intermediate difficulty. This drive, you really need to thread the needle here. I brought a Titan for good distance, and we're going to switch it up to the big top or sniper bag. Max top, and as you can see, that's a fine little fairway, a little narrow passageway that we're aiming directly down the middle of. This wind is not very high, but the direction is helpful. You just need to play this one down the middle. If it has headwind, I would definitely give it more overpower. And if we've got, I would push this one to max no matter what. Use as much overpower as you're comfortable with, but you need to hit perfect to keep it in the middle there, because that rough and those bunkers are obviously in play. So anywhere down here past that little tight spot should give you a nice look on the second play. Second shot, you can just bounce it up, back, max left, a little bit of curl, just get it to the green, take your eagle and run. Or play here with the rough bump. Now, I have 10% max set up, and I believe we should probably play this at 0, depending on the circumstances. 2 left, just about 1 top here, and we're playing this one carefully. It's not a super consistent shot, even though it looks like it should be. I haven't actually honestly sunk this one quite yet, but I've been waiting for the 2022 edition of the St. Patrick's Day Tournament to do it live on stream. That's why. I mean, obviously, right? So, but I have to show you this shot because I really think this is a way that many people are going to love to play it. And it's not like we're way off here. We just need a tiny bit more love. We'll see you on number 7. Hole number 7, this par 3. I'm showing you the spicy rough bump here, okay? I'm playing exactly 5 bars of topspin, 1 bar of right spin with this Goliath and a Katana ball. You could definitely play this with maybe a different ball, Kingmaker, whatever you've got. This is a very inconsistent rough bump. Look very closely at that landing position, how I've got a little bit of the yellow ring sticking out past the rough and right where that ball guide is going. This is the best way to get a hole in one here because the bounce up shot is not any better. It's really inconsistent. There's not a lot of flat places to land. However, it is doable. It is makeable. And I know you can get that drop. 15% max. Quick little bump and run here. And we'll just get it in the hole. Come on now. We'll see you on hole number 8. Hole number 8, and like almost all the holes on this course, you could play it many different ways. Left, right, center, you know, whatever works for you. I brought a katana and a big topper, and I'm playing max top down the left-hand side. It is a perfectly fine way to play, and I think for the average player, it doesn't require any additional complexity, no additional curl or overpower, but I mean, there's ways to get this ball in a better wind with a bigger ball down to the green, right? So just be aware. I'm showing you the routine paths that I feel are going to be consistent and achievable for the average rookie player. You know, you can play this with a level 1 big topper and a Titan and definitely get a very, very similar result. So I did play that 10% max drive, max top, 366 yards, leaves us in approximately mid-distance range with a short iron. I almost always use the thorn from the first tee. I learned that from my friend Golf Clash Tommy. 3.5 or so bars of backspin here, and I do give it 1 bar of left spin into this left to right wind. Set that ball guide to the pin. You know what to do. Now with these backspin shots, don't leave it too short, okay? Because that is such a problem for me. I've done it too many times that I care to admit, but I'm going to pull approximately 1.4 rings here. And you'll see how we're just checking our wind angle. 1.4 rings, just like that. And hit perfect, baby. That is the theme of this tournament, is to hit perfect. Oh, and to subscribe to Erelic Gaming. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so. And join us for all the tour play, tournament, and Golf Clash content. I love it. We keep it positive. I appreciate you watching. We'll see you on hole number 9. Hole number 9, this long par 5 is going to make or break this tournament for so many people. I'm showing you a very conservative way to play this here, okay, so that everybody has a chance. 2 top, 1 right with that extra mile and a marlin. Now, having a longer power ball, a higher power ball for that second shot is going to make a world of difference. If you can afford it, bring a Titan or better here, okay? But this is going to demonstrate to you that there is hope. So just a straightforward shot with max curl, or about a half a ball of right curl here with this lower level extra mile. And we just bounce it up, and we're not really flirting with this peninsula, so to speak, whatsoever. But more curl, more aggression yields a much easier second shot. It is completely possible to get this ball to the green in 2, but I want you to see there's hope. Strong headwind, low power ball, and not a really high level big dog leaves us in a pretty touchy position here. But you know what? I'm gonna grip it and rip it, max over power, and we gotta hit perfect, baby. That's what it's all about. You gotta believe in the dream, and you gotta know there's still hope. So we just clipped the rough, and boy, we're making it hard on ourselves, aren't we? But this is gonna show you that this third shot is makeable. I played this one at 20%, and that's something you need to remember if you leave yourself up on top of that hill. Otherwise, if you're approaching the second shot and you've got a lot of room to work with, try coming in from this green left to right, kind of curl it in just like that. You know what I'm saying? It might give you a really nice chance. I did give 4.5 back, half left on this shot just to kind of give you an idea of what I'm working with here. And you know, I wish you guys the very best of luck in this tournament. At the end of the day, I hope you have fun. I hope you're just playing the game because you'll love it. Because really, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Get out there, enjoy this beautiful community of ours, catch some live streams. There's people streaming all levels of content, pretty much 24 hours a day, 365, all around the world. It's so good. It's so worth it. And I'm happy to be here with you. Thank you very much for watching. Good luck to you in the St. Patrick's Day tournament. Get those booms, baby.